Some of the strongest people we know lift others every day. At work, at home, and in the moments no one sees. This Father's Day, we honor the fathers helping lift humanity higher. What's one thing you hope your children carry with them from you?
Interesting. That's a very interesting question. So I'll say what I like for my child or children to continue to carry out for me is my dignity. The dignity that I have for each and every one, I like for my kids, my kid to actually carry on that dignity along with the love, passion, just the drive to always be helping others. The way I sacrifice my time and the way I put my effort and energy to help others and make sure that everyone is happy and comfortable. I like for my child or children to continue carry on that legacy for me.
What keeps you going on the hard days?
I don't think there's like a simple answer to that question. I think it's a combination of a few things. As a father, as a husband, just as a man without those titles of a father, a husband, it's a few things in one. It may change from day to day, but I think a few things stand up or stand out rather than most. And for me, that is being able to be a good provider. I don't necessarily mean a provider in terms of, paying bills, being able to buy groceries. A provider in the general gist of life. So what that looks like is, of course, being able to pay bills and stuff, but more than that is being able to be the rock for whoever I encounter. Being able to be that rock for my wife, that rock for my daughter, being able to be there and show up for everyone when it is needed, being able to show up to the task. So on those tough days when, all the pressure is on me, I might not have got some good sleep the night before, what might have just been like a really tough day, busy up and down, maybe that's physically exhausting.
Sure.
I think what I tend to think about is that I heard this from a guy on the media. I can't remember who he is, but basically I think of it as, God is sending me all these hurdles, all these challenges, because he knows who I asked him to be, and he knows what he has in store for me, right? So in order for me to have all the privileges that I asked God for, like being able to have patience, being able to be disciplined, being able to be level-headed, a grounded person, and an advice giver, I need to be able to experience certain challenges in life to be able to now learn how to have patience, learn discipline, learn to be level-headed in a heated situation. So when the tough days come, I just ponder upon the fact that all of these things that are happening is just part of the story of me becoming who I want to be. All of these is just pages in my book of life. And it's really hard. I will admit some days I really do feel defeated, but what is life without a little failure, a little defeat? The important thing is that I never give up. Every day I keep getting up and going again. In half times when I've reached the all-time low and I just felt to really just kick the bucket, and it's just like, wow, boy, this thing ain't working out for me, but God kept me here. And in some ways I'm glad. In most ways I just say, sorry, I'm glad, because as much as I have tough days, I do see the fruits of my tough days. I get to see my daughter doing the world of craziness. She just climbed up on the gate. She's like 1.5. She the other day went to pick her up from daycare. She was feeding her stuffed animal some titty from her bottle. Last night I was able to sit down with her. We were drawing. She was helping me wash the dishes by just playing in the soap. All those things are rewarding. I was able to take my wife out on a date. All these things are reward for the hard days, and all of these things as well is something that I use to help keep me going. When I really feel like it's a lot, I just think about it will pay off at some point. Even though sometimes there might be a lot, or it might be a big a lot, meaning there might be a small challenge or a big challenge, it will compound over time. No matter what, compound interest is always in effect. Things in life compound upon each other. It's how you choose to respond to it, is how you will get a result from it. So as I said, on those hard days, those are some of the things that helps to keep me going.